They can't catch up cause they lacking the stamina. Way too advanced to be playing with amateurs. Stay on attack when attack like damager. They react and play it back on the camera. Hot boy, just consider me flammable. Sure shot, I got all the intangibles. Need a leash, I'm a beast, I'm an animal. Eat the competition up like a Hannibal. Know the game like I wrote up the manual. I do weekly what you do on the annual. MVP, that decision unanimous. Big dials, all think they can handle it. Battlefield, it's just me and my warriors. Guaranteed we emerging victorious. Years, blood, sweat, tears is glorious. I remember when they always ignoring us. Dash, got it on, smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, they will not stop me. Tenfold, copy, end zone, watch me celebrate. I'm cocky, I do my dance, jump in the stands. No man, man, oh deal with the hands. Thought he could guard me, I ruin they plans. I do what I want, they do what they can. Got it on, smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, 100-yard dash, 100-yard dash, 100-yard dash, 100-yard dash, 100-yard dash.
Coach, we find ourselves at the foot of the Rockies, Denver, Colorado, for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Cleveland Browns and the Denver Broncos. This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
On the set, 61, matchbox lights. Fire.
They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
They'll come up now, 2nd and 4 from the 31.
Recon, 132 fighter.
50's the mark. I'm scared.
2nd and 4. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. 7 yards there and a first down. And a nice start there to the aerial attack to pick up the first.
And I think preseason is officially over now. Getting into the groove of the regular season, that's a great way to get started. First drive of the season, what a nice completion.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
At the 38-yard line.
Ready up.
50, Mike, 50.
22 jet bomber, 22 jet bomber.
Screen.
2.
Green operating from the gun. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Amani Hooker. And he'll score. Touchdown, Browns. And the defense could not have written a much better script than that. First drive, pick 6.
The offense never got a chance to really get oiled up there, did they? But the defense, they certainly got in gear. What a big-time play and a great way for them to start.
And now the offense, they've got to turn things around and figure this out because your backs are on the ground real quickly.
Yeah, usually when you're starting the game, getting the ball, 0-0 is the only score you're worried about. Now the second time you get it, you're already down a touchdown.
And he'll wind up getting an extra couple of yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They had the auspicious beginning to the season, a first drive turnover. Now they'll try again here, 1st and 10. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Back to throw. Green going deep here for Allen. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. There to knock that one away was the safety, Amani Hooker.
So that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Looking here for Smith downfield. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. This is taken at the 18.
Set, ready, 10 logo.
Here's the first carry for Bo Scarborough. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. They run. This is Scarborough. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. That's good for a Cleveland 1st down, an 11-yard pickup.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down.
Hey, high 7.
From the gun, it's Palmer. And that's complete. It's Sims. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That goes for a gain of 31.
1st down, Browns.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Now they'll run it with Scarborough. And only able to muster a couple down to about the 27.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size and these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
56, check, X3, 218, chop, hey, over.
56, Mike, 56, right there, 56.
Now Palmer to throw on 2nd down. Trying to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And this one will be brought back to the 22. That, Charles, the first interception he's thrown.
Him last year where he was plagued by this type of a play, and they thought that, over the offseason, going into a second season, some of that would go away. Thus far, still looks a lot like his rookie year.
On the ground, this is Kamara. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's 2nd and 8. Across the formation, he's got a man. That's Allen. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. That one good for 26 and a first down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball in the receiver before any defender can step up and throw it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. Robbie Anderson, the man he was looking for, but it's going to be 2nd down.
Quarterbacking 101. Never force the ball into double coverage, especially not this close to the goal line. The windows are so tight, you just don't want to force it in there because it could be tipped up and picked off.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He's going to look for Allen now on the deep ball. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Charles, he doesn't seem to be particularly in tune with his receivers, just 2 for 7 throwing the football, but he did seem really locked in before the game.
Yeah, and that has to do with receivers sometimes. Sometimes the defenders knock them off their routes, and you're usually pretty precise. 1, 2, 3 cut, balls out of his hands to the receiver. In this case, might be off by a half step either way. They've got to find a way to get back in sync.
And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here. The Broncos send out their punter now. They'll boot it away from about his 35. Out of bounds and close. The question, was it a touchback? No. They'll say it crossed out at the 2-yard line. Excellent placement, and off that bounce, Charles, I didn't know where it was going to go. It can be an inexact science as to where they place it, but they say the 2-yard line.
Yeah, I don't know how they really determined that. And let's face it, at the end of that play, one side's going to be happy, the other team's going to be unhappy. It's like, what do they do, shorten the hypotenuse? I mean, how do they figure that out? You know that stuff. You're the smart guy.
Oh, that's you, partner. They'll start things on first down with Bo Scarborough. And he's able to get him a small cushion before being taken down at the 5, a gain of 3. Now Scarborough. And a short gain here as he gets it up only to about the 6.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers of reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
On 3rd down, Palmer. He's got his man. It's Kendrick Bourne. After 7-0 on EA Sports. So a little more space to work with here from the 13 on 1st and 10. Now a toss play. This is Scarborough. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 11, he goes down. A loss of 2 there. 2nd down.
For those who watch the game and want to question the courage of the guys who play on the corner, how about when you see a toss sweep coming your way, yet you still go into the backfield, get past the blockers, and make the tackle? That's big league.
Going deep for Hopkins. He's got a man. Complete. It's a big play there for the Browns. 41 yards. They made no bones about it. They wanted to throw this rookie right into the fire, see what he could do. He shows what he can do there.
And you have to really put the time and effort in, because playing a receiver in the NFL is a difficult task. And
it's a foot race. It's complete to Hopkins. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. A big play there with his first career touchdown in his first career game. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. The extra point splits the uprights, and it's now 14-0.
14. Broncos, nothing.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams split plays. We know that, right?
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The linebacker, Darius Leonard, applied the heat.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
It's such an impressive first half to get that lead. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Jerry Tillery in there to drop him, and sacks on 1st and 2nd downs. Now leads to a 3rd and long. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. In trouble, and the ball's out. It's in the end zone loose. And what else could go wrong at this point? This is going to be a defensive touchdown as they keep piling it on. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 21-0. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Kamara try to right side, and he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. The 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage, because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in, your running back.
Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
Making the stop that time, Bobby Wagner.
Hey, Echo.
56, the mark, boy, 56. Check.
On 2nd down, Palmer's hit, fumble. He loses the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
15 line. 15 line. Double! Shoot! Smooth!
Now Palmer on 3rd and long. And he's going to go down again.
Well, that's the 2nd time he's been sacked so far in the first half. And if they have designs on having a big year, on going anywhere, they've got to find a way to keep him upright so he can throw the football.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Now it's Peterson. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Broncos take over. 1st down and 10. The 2nd quarter score, meanwhile, down in Arizona. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. And we'll keep you abreast of how that one shakes out. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
They can't stop us. They cannot hold us down. We're going to keep getting sacks.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Looking to throw. Green. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Anthony Averett picks it. He was trying to get that one to Allen that time.
So that's back-to-back drives where they're throwing an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Ready? Go.
Come to me.
This is Scarborough. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. And now timeout is whistled as it appears there's a Brown shaken up on the play. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back.
56. Watch the run.
Hey, exit.
On 2nd down, here's Palmer. He finds Hopkins complete. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
When we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, they like his work ethic. This guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
Set 91.
Watch the run. They're running it.
Hey, team 6.
Check.
Get up.
56 is the mark.
On 3rd and 1, it's Palmer. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
That's what I'm talking about. Nice hit, boy.
So now the Browns will turn it over to their field goal unit here. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And his kick here is good. And that stretches this lead even further. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Well, look at the clock here. You're inside of a minute. First half hasn't gone that well for you. How are you going to play this drive?
Well, I've been told by...
And Kamara has it stripped. And this is picked up by the Browns. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense.
Let's go now. 8 read.
Check 56. Watch the run.
Hey, Charlie. Snap.
Following the fumble recovery, it's Palmer. Alluding to pressure right. This one complete to Ingram. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and it'll be a 2nd down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you get a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you've got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
To throw is Palmer. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. 23 yards for the touchdown as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Point after, right down the middle. And the rout is on here in this first half.
Broncos, nothing.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
The Broncos
We
take
play
over
to win.
first and 10
Let's go.
at their own 35-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down.
17 yards. And the Broncos
Ready?
first down.
Mike, X3.
First and
218,
10
chop.
at the 48-yard line.
50's the Mike. 50.
Hey, Zoo.
Drop deep, drop deep.
Let's go.
And here's Green on first and 10. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. And now a timeout defensively after that first down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number one. They come up on second and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon.
Go, Mike 50, Mike 50. Cut, cut, cut. 50's the Mike. Let's go.
Back to throw. Green. He's going to walk one. Deep left side here. It's caught at the 10. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. A little too aggressive defensively, and the flag comes out.
And no one trying to cover is going to like a call going against them, but you have to like the effort there. Went for the interception, just unable to get it, and the flag did come out.
And Rosas puts this one through. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. We'll see if week one fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And as we see so frequently here in Colorado, that one over the end line, so it'll come out to the 25. The Browns drive about to get started. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. An incomplete pass leads to second and 10 from the 25.
Go, defense. Our time.
Clear. Side.
They run. It's Mark Ingram. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5.
And there's the first tackle of the game for Carl Joseph. He's one of those safeties that you can utilize in any way you want. But I will have to say, I think the number one thing he does best is tackle.
A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on third down.
Mike's 5'4", Mike's 5'4", Mike's 5'4".
Now Palmer to throw. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That's good for 28 yards. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables. Otherwise, they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
So a first and 10 now in Denver territory at the 42-yard line. Here's Ingram. Carl Joseph up from his safety spot to make the play. Looking to throw on second down. Palmer flush to his right, and that's incomplete.
Well, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
If they want a first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on third down.
General West.
Watch the whip. Check nickel.
Get it.
Palmer will throw. They go screen. This is Ingram. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. A loss of 8 on the play, and it brings up 4th. Here's Ryan Quigley now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. Gets it away, and I don't think Peterson will get a chance to touch this one. Angling for the sideline. That'll be out of bounds, and how good was that? They'll say the 3-yard line. That's where they spot it.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. They begin on the ground with Kamara. And he's upended at the 6 as they double their room to... Maneuver on a pickup of 3.
Amani Baker up for the tackle. A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the 6-yard line.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Here's a 2nd and 7. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 12. And they will have the football deep in enemy territory all the way at the 10-yard line. Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here.
Give me some.
So after the interception, here's Palmer. And it's caught. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. A gain of 9 there. Sets up 2nd and goal. Palmer now to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
They may be snapping the ball near the goal line, but all you're thinking defensively, keep them out of the end zone. Force the incompletion, force them into going for 3, and not giving up 6.
And I can't imagine we'd see another throw here. 3rd and goal from the 1.
Matchbox lights.
Hey, turn it up. Check 24. Check.
Hey, orbit.
Here's Palmer. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete. Jonathan Jones that time, the one who got a hand in, knocked it away. Trying to get their tight end involved finally. That's the first time that they've looked his way. He's kind of been a forgotten man in this offensive scheme.
Yeah, didn't look his way at all in the first half, and I'll bet you the offense coordinator made a note at the half and said, let's get him involved because he could be a big-time playmaker for us.
The offense is staying out there. Here we go on 4th and goal from the 1.
Mike's 56. What we got? 56 is Mike. 56 is the Mike.
Ready?
They're going on 4th down. It's Palmer. And that is going to be incomplete. He tried to keep it himself, but can't stretch his way in. And the Bronco defense comes up big. This is Baldwin. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
After a play like that, there should be congratulations all the way around, I think, because if he can stop a big fullback like that, that's not easily done.
Yeah, he does not go down easily. You're right, but he did there. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now here's Green. From the gun, he'll throw. Under pressure, and down he goes in the end zone, and that's a safety. And the safety there, another mistake, and these mistakes just keep piling up.
How many more can they make? They put themselves in such a massive hole now. It's going to be difficult to dig out from under.
Yeah, for sure they can't afford anymore at this point.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
The Browns drive about to get started. And last time, they had it 4th and goal, rolled the dice, didn't get it. Now they've got to put that behind them, try to put together another drive.
Hey, a simple tip of the cap, a nod of the head to the defense. Congratulations, you got us last time. But you didn't hold us the whole time. We got down in position. We were able to be in position to score. Let's go ahead and attack again. Continue to have that kind of confidence. Not worry about the one play that didn't allow them to get into the end zone.
And this time they'll be trying to get it into the end zone. We'll see what they do. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Throwing again. Palmer. He's going to launch this thing way down. And got his man complete. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
Just more of the same there, partner. Guys have just been running free in the secondary this entire game. No pass rush, a lot of passes completed. Been an easy day for them.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
All day, defense, all day.
Hey, echo.
Mike 51, Mike 51. Hey, let's calm down. Hey, let's go.
Come. Get it.
Out of the gun, Palmer. Open man here, Sims, complete. And he's taken down inside the 30. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player.
Let's go now.
Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back.
Mike 56.
Move.
56. Get that quarterback, D-line. Get that quarterback.
Now.
Now Palmer on 1st down. For the catch made by Hopkins. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. He's certainly been a huge factor in this when he's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the 1st.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him? Double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in that groove right now.
It's just me and you. It's just
Be careful.
Throwing now. Palmer on 1st down. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown. Well, when both guys went up for the ball, I just thought, who's going to come down with it? I didn't think he'd come down with it and then take it all the way for a touchdown.
That's battling, isn't it? Because normally, if both guys go up for it and come down with it, the tie goes to the offense. The defensive player didn't want it to be a tie at all. He wanted a little bit more, took it, and went the other direction.
The Browns drive about to get started. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
Big yardage there for the Browns, 18.
1st down.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Mike 56.
From the shotgun, it's Palmer. Hopkins on the grab over the middle. A good pickup there of 20 yards. This quarterback now nearing the 300-yard mark with still a quarter to play. It's 1st and 10. Now it's Palmer. And incomplete.
Palmer's pass thrown to the sideline and incomplete. Brings up 2nd and 10.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. To throw again, Palmer. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line.
It's 3rd down. 3rd and
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The Browns on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This will be 3rd and a mile.
54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Go. Go. Mike's fine.
From the gun, it's Palmer. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
It has been a good game for them. They haven't been pressured very much today, but on back-to-back sacks, maybe the defense is starting to figure something out.
His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And the last time they had the football, they surrendered 2 points on the safety. They don't want to do that one again.
No, not at all. It's almost like a bases clearing double, isn't it? Give up a couple of runs.
Sure.
just messes things up for you offensively. But now they've got to go ahead, take it, set it aside, and move forward.
Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Give him 14 yards there and a Denver first down. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now it's Kamara in the passing game. And out across midfield down to the 45. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 45-yard line. Looking to throw. Green going deep here for Allen. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Keenan Allen, the intended target, and it's 2nd down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense is well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
And this is caught for a touchdown. Now hold everything here. Flag in the backfield. This one might be coming back. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Now Green, operating from the gun. Airing it out deep for Smith. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. The Broncos on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and forever. Boy, and now they can't even get a play off. He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long. Operating from the gun. Green. He's going to look for Allen now. The deep ball. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Keenan Allen, 60 yards. And the Broncos get a bit closer. And there, Charles, he lined up out left, ran the post, caught it over the middle, and the rest, as they say, is history.
And you have to love the scheme that they just showed there, because if you're going to run a deep post, you ordinarily have to get a safety out of the middle of the field. And you do it one of two ways, either by running routes at him that carries him away from it, or you either freeze him in the middle with routes that run underneath so that he doesn't get depth. Then you throw it over the top, and boy, what a successful play that was.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Browns are able to cover this one up. Fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
A gain of 3, second down. At this stage of the game, with the score where it is, the key here, stay in bounds, and he did just that. Not by a huge margin, but he stayed in.
And those come up in what we like to call winning edge meetings, the things that you have to do. Late game situations, kicking situations, doesn't matter what it is, the things you have to do to win a game, and that comes up in that meeting, then you practice it, they've got to be happy to see it executed, being able to stay in bounds and work the clock.
And he's going to be swallowed up, sacked back at the 45-yard line. Uchenna Nwosu picks up his second sack of the afternoon. The Browns on third down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 17. Now Palmer, he sets to fire deep. That's caught inside the 20. That goes as a gain of 37 on third down. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles, that certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence, because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them, and now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down.
Mike by four. Wild Bill. Right there, 54.
From the gun, Palmer steps away to his left. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long.
Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Check back. Say. He's crashing. He's checking crash. Kill.
Throwing is Palmer. He's going to look deep, end zone for Hopkins. And not only did he drop it, he dropped it in the end zone.
I know you thought saying touchdown there, didn't you, partner? That looked like a sure 6 points, but the contact jarred it free.
Got his hands on it, could not hold on through the end of the play. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Operating from the gun, Palmer. This is caught inside the 15. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. A heck of a play there on third down, but amazingly, they're still short for 4th. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 4th down here in a game that looks to have been decided already. They'll try and throw for him with Palmer. Flushed out right. And he'll go down. to move the chains on 4th down. And the Broncos will take over on downs. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once we were down huge, and someone said,
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Rashawn Gary just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Back to throw. Green, nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But call it luck or skill, whatever the case is, they're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill. Or the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground. Whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you maintain possession, that's all you're looking for.
Right here.
Got to be careful here. Backed up this deep on 3rd down. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. And he's able to get this one up to the 8-yard line this time. 6 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up 4th down. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. Drain down. Throwing on 4th down. Now a desperation throw, deep depth, and now here's another interception. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. On 4th down, that turned out like a punt. Maybe he was better defensively there just to knock it down.
And you know they go over those situations. All right, 4th down, where's the ball? Where would we get the ball? But instinct takes over, and when it's in the...
Palmer's hit, fumble. He loses the football. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but the other team doesn't get it. That's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
Now they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21.
56.
Palmer apparently wants to throw it. The throw taken in by Sims. That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down, it's Palmer. Going deep for Hopkins. And that is incomplete. Stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th.
Check the backer.
Hey, dude.
On 4th down, Palmer going deep for Hopkins. And it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end, but now this game is over. So Cleveland able to come away with the victory.